In this episode of the IT Experts podcast, we're going to help you to get more sales in your MSP right now. Welcome to the IT Experts podcast, the only podcast to help MSPs scale to 1 million, and if already there, get to 5 and go faster. At the end of the day, isn't it all about building a business that works for you rather than you for it? I hope you enjoy the show. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the IT Experts podcast. And this episode is for you. If you need to get some business, you need to get some new sales into your MSP right now. We're going to take you through some steps that's going to help you generate leads instantly. ... Little caveat on that. This isn't a bit of a clickbait here, but when we talk about sales in MSP, when we talk about the marketing activities that most MSPs need to do to deliver fresh new sales, because let's face it, 90% of MSPs are all with referral-led business. There is a process that you need to go through. There is a system that you need to follow, but it isn't quick. And there isn't such a thing as picking the phone up and just ringing someone and they're going to want your services. If they do that, then that's like a little golden unicorn and that's great. But these things happen over time. And what happened recently in the MSP Growth Hub, I had 2 phone calls in one afternoon with some of our clients, and they said, look, I just need to get some business in. Now, I'm not going to go on to the word need, because need is quite a desperate word, and it's one of those things that you need to be a bit careful about attracting negative energy, but that's a whole nother podcast. But when you need to get quick business, when you want to get that quick business, see, I used that word again there. When you need, I'd said it again, when you have to get, no, that's the wrong word. When you need, do you know what? I think the word works. When you need to get new business in right quickly, how do you do it? What's the process? What do you need to do? What's the quickest way to do this? So I had a conversation with the client. I wrote down a few things. And then about literally like an hour later, I had another conversation with another client. Same thing. They wanted to get, so there you go. They wanted to get some new business into their MSP really, really quickly. How do we do it? So I continued to write on my list. And at the end of writing on my list, because I've just spoken to someone previously, I thought, right, hang on a minute. When you do 2 things twice, what do? Stuart tells me, put it in an SOP. So we built an SOP, and I built what we call the shoe leather sales plan. Now, what the shoe leather sales plan is it's a case of getting your shoes on, getting out there, burning a bit of leather, doing some networking, and moving forwards to help you generate leads in your business. Now, I'm going to run through with you the 6 steps that we have come together in this plan. So, if you want to get some fresh new leads in your business, it isn't going to be in the next month. If it is, well done, 2-3 months. It takes time to build relationships. People need to know, like, and trust you. But I'm going to run through with you today what those 6 steps are to help you to generate some business in your business. Get your shoes on. So first things first, number 1, I want you to set some targets. So unless you know where you're going, what you're going to do, how you're going to get there, you're never going to fly a plane, go on holiday, or build a house, right, without a plan. So what do we want? Most MSPs actually just need 1 customer a month. So if you've got 1 customer a month, how many leads do you need? I'm going to take the wild assumption that you're not that great at closing, which most MSPs actually are. So you're going to need 5 quality leads, 4 to 5 leads to get 1 customer a month. Now, 1 customer a month to most MSPs would transform the business because of your amazing retention rate, because you're going to be doing all that account management stuff as well, sitting in the background. So how do we get into 10 quality conversations in your pipeline to feed that 5 leads to give you that 1 month? What do you need to do on a daily basis to get in front of that target market? Look at those numbers. 1 new business, 1 new client, 4 or 5 leads, 10 decent conversations. Over a period of time, would you deem that to be a crazy, ridiculous number of leads that I'm saying that over 6 months' time you'll be able to get? Of course you could get into more conversations with that when you think about LinkedIn and all the other networking opportunities. So number 1, let's set some targets. But don't be too hard on yourself. You don't need thousands of leads. You don't need thousands of people on your email database to just get 1 new client a month. So let's do that. Let's focus on that 1 new client a month and that target. Number 2, I want you to put together a dream 30, dream 50 are the ideal customers and companies that you want on your books. Yes, of course, you could serve everybody on LinkedIn. We know that you could serve every single person on LinkedIn, but we don't want to, right? Because if you do that, then you're going to become a little bit generalistic. We get into a niche or at least an area, then you're going to start to get more specific and then you can start to charge better rates. So first things first, Get into your dream 50, you want to make sure you've got a really nice, tidy and tight LinkedIn profile, right? Because otherwise when someone comes and looks at you, they're not going to see the benefit and the value of connecting with you. Connect on LinkedIn, use Sales Navigator and find those people. Use LinkedIn like your online networking them. Who are those people? Get into a chat with them. Build connections, direct message people and get into conversations, as I said. Then add some value by adding value-based educational content. Don't sell tech. People buy from people. What you need to do right now is make sure that whether you're using scorecards or surveys or whatever it might be, you're educating, you're adding value. If you help somebody to make that buying decision to buy from you, they're more likely to come and actually make that transaction rather than to go off and have a chat with another MSP. Build a profile storyboard. Who are you like? Stalk them in a very, very nice way. What's their activity? Where do they hang out? Are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? What networking groups do they go to? What other pages are they following? What are these people like? This is about really understanding and knowing who your customer avatar is, right? Send them something of value. So you send them a connection request on LinkedIn. They're seeing all your messages. You're direct messaging them. Send them a newsletter. Drop it in the post box. How easy is it to get into someone's post box these days? It's a lot easier than it used to be because there's not, there is a little bit of junk mail, but get something of value over to them. A buyer's guide, something that's informative that they're going to get and they're going to go, oh, I didn't know that about my technology. So 2, get to know your ideal customer, get to know your ideal avatar, find out who they are, stalk them, have nice conversations with them, great conversations with them about, things that are going on in their world, not selling, don't sell. That will come at the end, all right? So don't worry about that. So that's step 2. Step 3, I want you to build connections and go to events. So in your local business estate. Now, I know that if you're doing this and you are in a niche or you wanted to go into a particular niche, you might struggle to start with because credibility and expert status in niches can take a long, long time to get up and running. But could you serve everybody with your MSP? Yes, you could. So understand the size of business. So I talked a minute ago about your avatar. What size of business? Do you want 1 or 2 man bands who are going to pay you £100 a month? Or do you want 10 plus, 20 plus, 30 plus users who are going to pay you thousands of pounds a month? I'll let you do the maths on that one. But on your local business estate, in your offices, where are you? Send out some leaflets. They've got some great examples in the Tech Tribe. Do a lunch and learn. Give. Give them something to give some value with. Where else could you actually run an event in association with your Chamber of Commerce or one of the vendors out there? The vendors have got a bucket load of money to spend. MDF, they call it, Marketing Development Fund, is to help them sell more stuff. So guess what? They help you sell more stuff, which means they get to sell more stuff. Lean into your vendors. They're really, really great at this stuff. Networking groups, build up some relationships. Where do your Dream 30 or your Dream 50 hang out? Google business groups, my town, go and get in there, build up those relationships, get to talk to people. Don't sell, just offer value. Serious network meetings. If you're into professional services, some towns have like an elite networking groups where all the professional services people get together. You don't know what you don't know until you go and get it on Google, right? So go and start getting into Google, get into finding out what's going on in your area, what networking groups and where these people hang out. LinkedIn groups. Awful for being groups, but brilliant for holding containers of people. If you want a load of solicitors, go into a solicitors group. If you want a load of IT or MSP people, go into a load of, go to the MSP groups, for example. Local networking groups, go and find them out on LinkedIn. Metro Bank, they used to do some networking groups. I don't know whether other banks do that as well. But who else has got your list of accountants, insurance companies, solicitors? Who else is also providing services to your target market who you could then be, get into a relationship with them. So you could then go and maybe do an event with them, for example. If you're into construction companies, you want to go into the construction industry to provide an OT support, which HR companies are working with construction companies, which technology companies and all these other different people. So think outside the box of who else has got your target market. Okay, step number 4 now, give back. The world is a wonderful reciprocal place. If you help enough other people get what they want, you will get what you want, period. I think Zig Ziglar said that, which was amazing. But look, where can you speak? Everybody wants content, right? Everybody wants speakers. So go back into those groups, go back to some of those people you've made on networking. Would you like to do a webinar together? Let me come and do a lunch and learn. Let me do something for the FSB or your Chamber of Commerce or one of the networking groups. People always want to do it. Hey, listen to this one. No one's going to ever going to come up to you and say, hey, I saw you speaking at that event. I'm posting about it on LinkedIn if you don't do it. So make sure that you're using that opportunity. Create your own community. Do your own events. Bring some clients in. Get them to bring some guests in. Bring them into your office or bring them into somewhere else and teach them something about cybersecurity. Teach them something about the tools that they're using each and every day. As I've mentioned before, join the local Chamber of Commerce. They have people there who are designed, and their job is to make sure that you are successful in what you do. Go and use them. Local networking groups. And then content, be a content contributor. People, as I said, always struggling for content. So go and provide blogs to someone, go and provide some insights, some surveys, some assessments to another group, whoever it may be, but give back, give, and you will receive. Okay. Step number 5 now is all about being consistent. Okay. And this is really, really the boring bit. So number 1, go into LinkedIn and check out your social selling index, your SSI. LinkedIn.com/sales/SSI stands for social selling index. It's your LinkedIn love-o-meter. It will tell you how much LinkedIn loves you or doesn't love you. And there's 4 key areas that it scores you on, depending on your connecting with people, adding insights, making sure you're getting into conversations and reputation within your field. Mark that down on day 1 as soon as you finish this podcast, and then go in and work out where you need to be and what you need to do to help track that score on LinkedIn. When you make a new connection on LinkedIn, that person gets to see all of your content that's just popping up. Guess what happens if you don't if you're not putting any content in there? They're not going to see it. So there's kind of like no point connecting with anyone because no one's going to see it anyway. So when they're fresh and new for the first 30 days, they get to see your LinkedIn content. They've connected with you because they've seen your LinkedIn profile that's all nice and tight and it's targeted towards that target market. I'm going to connect with this person because I think they're going to be of value to me. They're going to add some value to my network. And I think one day they might be able to help me out. So check out what's going on with your LinkedIn social selling index. There will be a direct correlation between the amount of time you spend on LinkedIn and how much money is in your bank. I absolutely guarantee that. So on a daily basis, what calls are you making? Who are you connecting with in your network? Who are you going out there and reach? Are you coming to this event? Can you do this? Can you do that? And you might have a team of people to do that for you. Again, daily, LinkedIn posting, get out there, personal profile 5 times a day. Come on, let's not get scared about it. Guess what? If you put 30 days worth of content out there on your LinkedIn profile, do you think everybody in your LinkedIn profile is going to see it? No, they're not. Put it out for the next month as well. So as soon as you've got 20 posts, you've actually got 2 or even 3 months worth of content. Don't leave it there for more than 3 months. Keep refreshing it, changing the images, but make sure that you're putting some really great content out there. Get into conversations with people. Do some direct messaging as well. Get into connection requests. Who's connecting with you? Who are you connecting with? Go and add some insights to people when you're talking on their posts. When you've got your dream 30 or 50 list, go and add some, like and comment on their posts so people know what's going on. When you actually click on their posts and you make a comment on their post, it comes up with your name and your job title or your headline. So make sure that isn't your job title. Make sure that it's a headline of how you're helping people. Make sure you're out there connecting with people on LinkedIn. This is an absolute fire hose of a show, isn't it? Absolutely. Check your limits though. Make sure you don't end up in LinkedIn prison, because if you do, I won't be held responsible for this. But I think at the moment, at the time of recording, you can only make like 20 connections a day. So be really careful with that. This is quality. Remember, go back to the top of this podcast. 1 new client a month, 5 great conversations. All we need every single month. Add insights, as I mentioned, daily activity. Even if you just spend half an hour on LinkedIn every day, making insights, having conversations with people, will make a massive difference. Set targets for all the above, whether you're doing it or whether your team's doing it. How many comments you need to be making, how many posts you need to be getting out there, how many conversations, how many direct messages are you going to be sending out? Hey, I've got this new PDF, I've got this new white paper, I've got this new survey. Do you want to check it out? It's the way that LinkedIn works. Then the next step is step number 6, which is really simple, which is build yourself a plan. Build yourself a plan at the top, middle and bottom of funnel, your networking plan, your stakeholder plan, your content plan. What are you doing in each of the areas I mentioned above to help you to generate that credibility, that that liking, that trust of people so they come towards you? Because then what will happen is your email will start pinging, your direct messaging inbox will say, hey, I think we need to have a chat. You're talking quite a lot of sense. I need to have a conversation with you. Then you need to fall into your amazing sales process. But in terms of getting those leads, generating those leads, the next part of the plan in step 6 is just do that, and be consistent. This has been a complete and utter fire hose of the shoe leather sales plan from the MSP Growth Hub. A lot of information in there. But if you want or need to get some sales in your business, you need to get your marketing up and running. Do this. Just get cracking with it. Take action. Take action today. Talk about it with your team. Take some notes, whatever you need to do. But it starts at the top. It's not complicated, but you need to make sure that you're being consistent. And I wish you all the very best of luck with your sales and your marketing. If you want to know a little bit more about what we're doing at the Growth Hub and how these frameworks can help you take your MSP to $1 million, or if you're already there, help you get to 5 and go faster, head over to LinkedIn, ping me a direct message. Let's have a chat, just as I said on this podcast. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to catching up, connecting with you all soon. Be good. Take care now. Wait. Just before you go. And if you're curious about how this episode links with the ability to scale your MSP to $1 million, or if you're already there, accelerate to 5, then we want to invite you to come and take the MSP Mastery Quiz. And in just 3 minutes, you're going to get a 360-degree scan of your business where you can identify the 1 or 2 tactics that can help you find more time, engage and align your people, and help generate more leads in your MSP. It's really simple. Just click on the link in the show notes. And if you have enjoyed this episode, we'd love to get some feedback from you by means of a rating, review on Spotify or iTunes or your podcast platform of choice. We really appreciate every single one of them. Now you can go and enjoy the rest of your day, and we look forward to catching up and connecting with you soon. All the best now.